Welcome, listeners, to Crossing Borders, a podcast that is not about immigration. I am your host, Josh, also known as Mystic, and this is my co host, Sid, also known as Squidney.
Hello.
Grab your passports and join us for episode 10, a special episode where we'll be talking about the Mandela effect. But first, let's, catch up with each other this week. So, Sid, what's up? What have you been up to this week?
So, when I was thinking about a story to share, I was like, okay, what's interesting that's been going on recently that might captivate our dear, beloved listeners?
Oh.
And then I realized I recently started this project. I do a lot of projects, as you probably know.
Yeah, he's insane.
I start so many things.
I've seen the amount of projects he's done.
Yeah, and I rarely finish them, but that's beside the point. But I started a new project, okay?
Well, that worries me.
This one is of a novel, a narrative design. It's a book, or at least a novel, or a novella, maybe a shorter book, but still, it's a story written out using Google Docs.
You're writing a book? Oh, that's insane!
Yeah. I mean, there's this book I've been working on for like 8 years. That's here. Let me check. If I look at the actual page count, it's gonna take a second to load.
Because there's just so many of it.
Because it's just so massive.
Massive book rivals that of the dictionary. So
this book I started like 8 years ago is longer than the average novel length.
Whoa!
Here.
Whoa! Any spoilers for us and for the viewers at home?
Okay, at the very end. No, just kidding.
Wait, hold on. Not that far in.
But yeah, that's a different book. Although, okay, that book is 91,000 words and 373 pages.
Holy cow! That is insane. That's a big book.
Thank you.
A big boy book.
But the book I would like to discuss today, or at least mention for my story, is I decided to make a book version of my interpretation of Rumpelstiltskin.
What? Excuse me?
Yeah.
What was that?
Rumpelstiltskin?
What's that? Yeah, I
You don't know what Rumpelstiltskin is?
No. Is that something I should know?
It's a fairy tale. It's like one of the classics, like Cinderella and Snow White and stuff like that. Except
really,
not
I've
as
never
famous.
heard of it.
Yeah. So essentially, the story of Rumpelstiltskin. There's a bunch of different versions, but the most common version, there is a miller who works in the town, at his mill, making flour and stuff, and he brags to the king that his daughter can spin straw into gold using a spinning wheel. And the king's like, ooh, I love gold. And so he's like, okay.
Excuse me?
And so he takes the miller's daughter and throws her in the dungeon. It's like, okay, here's this room with tons of straw and a spinning wheel.
Wait.
You're going to spin this all into gold.
Did we just miss something big? You said suddenly the daughter's like in a dungeon. What happened?
Yeah, so the king took the miller's daughter and threw her in the dungeon with a bunch of straw. And then he's like, hey, all this straw needs to be gold by the morning, and if it's not, I'm going to execute you. And she's like, oh no, I can't do this, until she's crying. And then this little man named Rumpelstiltskin, but you don't know that yet, shows up and he's like, oh, why are you crying? She's like, oh, I need to spin this straw into gold. And he's like, oh, I can do it, but you're going to need to give me that ring. And she's like, okay. So she gives him the ring and he spins the straw into gold. And then the king comes back in the morning. He's like, yo, gold, this is awesome. So he takes her into another room with even more straw, and he's like, okay, now do this room too.
Oh, God.
And then essentially the same thing happens. He's like, oh, give me your necklace and I'll do it. And she's like, okay, And then
this king is insane.
And then the next morning, the king's like, oh, this is awesome. Here's a third room that's even bigger.
Oh my gosh. No.
But this time, if you spin all the straw into gold, I will marry you and you will be the queen. And she's crying because she's like, oh no, I can't spin straw. And so the guy shows up again. He's like, oh my goodness, why are you crying? And she's like, oh, been here twice, why are you asking? And he's like, okay, I'll do it, except I need your firstborn child. And she's like, okay. And then he spins all the straw into gold, and then the king's like, okay, cool. And then they get married. And then when her firstborn child gets born, Rumpelstiltskin shows up and he's like, hey, I'm gonna need that kid now. And she's like, no, I don't want to give it to you. And he's like, okay, you have 3 days to guess my name. If you guess it, then I'll let you off the hook. But if you don't, then tough luck,
Well,
And so
that's
she sends a bunch of servants.
they didn't even
Yeah, she sends a bunch of.
introduce each other yet, and he's being rude.
I know.
I mean, I know he did help her, but then again,
Yeah. So she sends like servants all over the kingdom to collect all the names, and then when Rumpelstiltskin comes back the next night, she's like, "Okay, is your name Randolph?" And she's like guessing names, and he's like, "Nope, nope, nope, those aren't my names," And then he's like, "Oh,
no.
haha, I fooled you." And then he leaves, and then the next night, the same thing happens. And then the third day, one of the servants the last servant comes back, and he's like, "Oh, oh, I just found the last names in the whole kingdom, and here they are. But while I was traveling through the woods, I stumbled upon a little camp where there's this little guy running around going like, oh, my name's Rumpelstiltskin, and I'm like cool, I guess." And he's like singing this little song, and then the queen's like, "Yo, that's." She's like, "Yo, gnarly, bro, brev."
Yeah, right.
And then she like next time Rumpelstiltskin shows up, she's like, "Oh, your name's Rumpelstiltskin," and he's like, "Oh no." And then he's like all mad, and then the end. But my version is a little different. So in my version, that whole story, the whole Rumpelstiltskin story, happens before the prologue even happens.
Oh, what? Okay, I see.
Yeah, you see
big
what I'm getting
man
at?
making big stories,
and it's also a grim dark setting.
oh, hold on a minute. Children's story. Now turn it to 180. Let's go.
No, it's. And for those who don't know, a grimdark setting is it's a genre of fiction that is characterized by disturbing, violent, or bleak subject matter, or dystopian setting kind of thing.
Oh wow. Okay, I did not expect that.
So the idea of this world is it's like bunch of fairy tales, not like the super famous ones like Snow White and Cinderella, but like Rumpelstiltskin, things like that. They exist in this world, but they're twisted a little bit. Like in the original, Rumpelstiltskin's a dwarf. But in this one, Rumpelstiltskin is very tall. He's like 7 feet tall, and he's like super sinister.
Big boy. I don't know how big 7 feet is, but I'm gonna say it's big boy. Okay.
7 feet. Okay, 7 feet to meters.
We had this discussion back in episode 4.
2.13 meters.
2.13. That's a big guy.
Yep.
Oh, that's a big guy.
Yep.
Hello, man.
It's a tall boy. Yeah.
Oh man, Bigfoot.
Yeah, but in my version, instead of the way my version works, the story is Rumpelstiltskin, which nobody knows his name's Rumpelstiltskin because that's like kind of the key point of the whole story. Of Rumpelstiltskin, the original. So I decided to keep it in. But he has this thing with like contracts and like making deals with people so he can like scam them essentially and collect their debts and stuff. And so there's the story with the Rumpelstiltskin story I'm using is the miller and his family are in like a lot of debt and they're like
I see.
going bankrupt, and then Rumpelstiltskin shows up and he's like, "Hey,
I can get you out of your debt." I'm just saying.
He's like, I can spin straw into gold for you.
You only have to pay your soul.
You give me your firstborn child. Yeah. You just have to give me your firstborn child, and then, you'll have all the money in the world.
I'll give you a discount. It doesn't have to be 2, child. You only the firstborn.
Just the first one.
Just a special price for you guys,
And then the prologue is Lyriel, which is what I named the miller's daughter. Lyriel is taking her son, her firstborn son, and giving him to another person who lives in the town, so that the kid can stay alive, but everyone will think that it's the other woman's kid. And then she's like, "Oh, Rumpelstiltskin, I'm sorry," except she doesn't call him Rumpelstiltskin because nobody knows his name's Rumpelstiltskin. And she's like, "I'm sorry," and he's like, "Oh, this won't do," And then it just continues on like that.
That's kind of
my
funny.
Story this week.
But in a way, you said when you were discussing about giving the kid to another person, you said it instead of him.
Yeah, I did.
It was like,
they just gave that child. Children are objects.
Oh God.
All jokes. Don't take this seriously.
Yeah, I don't think this out. I mean, you can clip it out of context, but don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah. Although
Stop.
I am serious
Get
that
that
I am
finger away from that
making this
button.
story.
Thank you. Thank you. All right.
Unless it's the subscribe button, of course.
Oh, of course.
Or the follow, or
you can get,
whatever.
You can get as close as possible with the subscribe button. Even you can click it. Hit
Yeah.
that subscribe button.
It's not
Hit
even
the
that
follow
hard.
button.
And we won't
Yeah.
even take your firstborn child for it.
Yeah.
It's a win-win.
That's a special discount for just you guys.
Just for you, special listeners.
That is true.
Okay, what about you? What's going on with you recently, or do you have a story?
It's definitely not as interesting as your story because you went on and on and on and on and on and on.
Finally, I win
for 10 minutes or plus. I think. What time is it now? Yeah, you went on for 13 minutes,
yeah.
so that's cool. My story is so recently. Specifically, I believe on Monday or Wednesday this week.
Okay.
I found out in the cram school that I go to, I found my twin. Not like biological twin, but like birth date twin. So, yeah, I've never met a single person, like at least in person, who has the same birth date as me. I've searched it up online, obviously, but I've never met with someone with the same birth date as me in person.
Same.
So we chatted, and apparently this person who has the same birthday as me also knows two other people who also have the same birthday. So technically, said person knows three people now with the same birthday as them. So
wow,
that's insane.
He's just collecting them all. Dang.
Yeah. Gotta catch 'em all.
I mean, I share a birthday with Nicolas Cage, so that's enough for me.
That's cool. That's really cool. Yeah, so apparently their grandma has the same birthday as them. Their neighbor has the same birthday as them. And then me. So that's cool. And yeah, we took a picture together, which, just to commemorate it. Because I don't know. It's pretty insane to me. Because I've found people who are I've met people who have their birthdays like 1 or 2 days off from me, but never on the exact same date. So it was really surreal. Like, wait, really?
Sweet.
Like really? Like you're like this date on the same day as well? What? Really? Like,
yo,
yeah,
no way.
They were freaking out as well. Like, what? Really? What?
Yeah.
It was a fun time. Yeah, I think that's about it for my story. A pretty short one, but I think it was a fun one.
All right, not bad. That is a fun story. Okay, so we're talking about the Mandela effect. I almost forgot the name.
That is right.
For a second there, I'm like, what? Tell me, and the listeners, because I'm pretty sure there's no way the listeners are smarter than I am. No, I'm just kidding. But
hold on a minute.
Tell us what the Mandela effect is. They probably already know, but I actually have no idea.
So the Mandela effect, according to Google, or according here to techtarget.com, the Mandela effect is an observed phenomenon in which a large segment of the population misremembers a significant event or shares a memory of an event or object that did not actually occur. Okay. Let's take an example here. We'll start with a simple one. Do you think Nelson Mandela, which is the where this effect is named from, do you think he died way back in the past or recently, like just spontaneously?
Recently in like the 80s.
80s, like 1980s maybe, or like
I feel
1880s?
Like it was the 1980s.
1980s. Now you see, I shared my Discord screen to you, but he actually died recently as 2013.
Oh,
I
thought he was like assassinated.
Yeah, like does that not mind blow you?
Oh no. Whoa.
When
honestly, okay,
that trips you out, doesn't it?
That would actually be kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Like just think about what it would be to be Nelson Mandela and be alive for like 23 years when everyone is like, oh yeah, he's been dead for a while. And then you're just alive. Everyone thinks you're dead, even though nothing happened.
Yeah, because apparently, according to this website, countless people distinctly remember him dying in prison in the 1980s. And he just said it, he died in the 80s. But in fact, he did die just like recently. I mean, like, it's now 10 years ago, but it's still recent compared to the 80s.
Okay, I just had like an internal like mental crisis when you said 2013 was 10 years ago. I'm like, wait a second.
But yeah, I feel really old now. Ouch. Owie.
Ooh, I'm old.
Oh gosh, yeah, it is crazy that it's 10 years ago now. I remember 2013 very fondly. But when my friend told me about this Mandela effect, because I personally I've never heard of it. I mean, maybe I've heard of it, but I don't know what it is. And then until that person told me about this, and they're actually a listener of the podcast, by the way. So they specifically asked me to put this as a topic. And when I learned about Nelson Mandela's death, I was like, whoa, that trips me out. What? I thought it was like, whoa, you know?
And I assume that's why it's called the Mandela effect, because everyone thinks he's dead when he wasn't.
I will now ask you.
Well, now he is dead, but...
Yeah, people remember the wrong thing. So, yeah. I would say you two unsee the screen right now, because I'm going to switch to another one.
Okay.
Here's another fun one. Okay, so if you think of the Pokemon, Pokemons, right? Specifically, one of the main ones, which is Pikachu. Do you remember if its tail has a black spot or not? Or like the tip of the tail?
Oh, I think my answer would be it does, but I feel like because you asked that, it doesn't. It's supposed to have like a little zigzag black thing on the tip, right?
No, the real one has no black spot. You can look at your screen right now, and you can see that the right one with no black spots is actually the correct answer. I'm going to put this website link later on in the description so you guys can see for yourself. But the actual answer for Pikachu's tail is actually with no black spots at the tip of the tail.
Oh, but it does have like a little round spot like at the base of its tail.
Yeah, not the black spot on the tip of the tail. So that's cool, isn't it?
Dang. That also might be because like one person misdid the artwork. Like they did some fan art and then added the black stuff on the tail. And then everyone just thought that's like, oh, it's Pikachu. And then they're looking at that and going like, oh, this is what it looks like. And then they base it off of that.
Yeah, and then maybe like since maybe if the art went popular and most people saw it and has a mental note at the general picture of Pikachu, there's a black spot on the tail or something like that. I think that's what might have caused it. Okay, let's try another one. Okay, real quick. Okay. I want to on this one. I want you to say what you think it is. I'm not to say like spontaneously what you actually remember it being, not what you if you think really hard like what you think it is. Okay, just do it spontaneously. Okay. Do you know the Monopoly Man, the board game?
Oh, the Monopoly Man, yeah.
Yeah. Does he have a monocle or not?
He does not have a monocle.
That is correct. He does not have a monocle.
Yes.
Well done. 1 point to you. Let's see how many you can get correct. Kellogg's Fruit Loops. Do you remember if the title of the Fruit Loops being a fruit as in fruit or fruit as in fraud?
As in fraud? What?
As in like...
You mean like the spelling?
Yeah, double O instead of fruit.
I feel like it's double O because that sounds like... I don't know. I'm going to say double O.
Double O. You got it correct. Well done.
Oh, thank goodness. For a second, I was thinking like after the Pikachu thing, I was thinking like, oh no, the universe has molded me to be just like everyone else. Oh no.
Oh, you're not out of the thing yet, my friend. There's still a lot more.
Okay, 50-50. Okay. We're 50-50. 2 for 2.
Yep.
Or 2 and 2.
Yep. Looney Tunes. Okay. Is it tunes as in musical tune or tunes as in cartoon?
It's tunes as in cartoon. Toones. I think that's how you spell it. I don't know.
Tunes as cartoon is Toons, and tune and musical tune is Tunes.
Yeah, with the O's, the cartoon one.
Well, that is wrong. Haha. The real one is actually Looney Tunes in the musical tune. Go have a look in the website, man. It was actually spelled as Looney Tunes and not Looney Tunes. I was also mind blown with this one because I really loved Looney Tunes as a kid, and I was like, "Wait, really? Like really? Oh wow!"
I always thought it was called that because it's like some loony cartoons, because that's what it
Yeah,
is.
but then you just got hit with the hard truth. Okay, the Mandela effect wins again, 3-2. Here we go.
My
All right.
heart.
Look away from the screen again. We'll try another one.
I am looking at Audacity.
That's nice. Okay. Do you know the peanut butter Jif or Jiffy?
Yeah, it's Jif.
Okay. All right. Yeah, all right. Okay, you win this time. You might not
I
be
only know that because everyone the GIF versus GIF argument.
Yeah.
I only know that because everyone's comparing it to the peanut butter brand. They're like, oh, Jif is spelled with a J. GIF is spelled with a G.
So, how do you pronounce GIF? Or is it GIF?
I normally say GIF, but I kind of want to now look for some really obscure pronunciation of the letter G and then use that, like YIF or something.
Oh my god.
Or,
okay, I see. I personally do say GIF. So, I'm with the GIF.
I also say GIF.
Anyway, the brand Skechers, in the spelling Skechers, does it have a T or not?
Ooh, that's a good one. Because I'm not super familiar with the brand of Sketch. I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking you to answer this based on memory.
I think it's with a T.
Just based on memory, because this is what it's all about. Mandela effect is from the misremembering of something.
Yeah, if I were to spell it, it would be with a T.
Well, that's incorrect because Skechers has no T. Most people.
That's 4-2.
Yeah, I know. You're losing, man. Come on, get a grip.
No, that's an F.
All right, take a look away again. Look at the beautiful waveforms of Audacity, and then.
Honestly, it is really satisfying just watching the waveforms appear out of nowhere.
I guess that's true. Okay, Kit Kat. You know the snack, right?
Ah, yes, I love Kit Kat.
Does it have a hyphen on the packaging?
Oh no.
Ho-ho.
I feel like it doesn't. I feel like it just has the word Kit Kat.
Nope, it has the hyphen.
It does?
It does.
What is this?
You are being absolutely destroyed by the Mandela effect. Oh, this is amazing. I love this topic today.
No.
I just get to destroy you with these facts.
Okay, when you look at the website, it's still confusing because there's both pictures and they both look legit, and then your brain just goes like, wait, one of these has to be fake. What?
Oh dear.
Okay.
I know. They both look exactly the same, but there's just a bit of a hyphen there.
Wait, what's that? Is that 5-2?
5-2. I personally know this one has the hyphen because my mom used to buy a lot of Kit Kats, and I always look at I often look at the packaging a lot. So when I opened this website, before I actually looked at the answer, I actually knew the right one was the left picture with the hyphen. So that's interesting. That is quite interesting. But I got the Looney Tunes and the Pikachu wrong.
I like Kit Kats. I just go straight to ripping open the Kit Kats and gobbling them up. Of course, I do break them into separate sticks first. Because I'm not a monster.
What kind of monster who just eats it all? Well, that's me. Anyway, I'm
just kidding. Just kidding.
Let's see another one. Double stuffed Oreos. You know this stuff, right? These are huge, big boy Oreos.
Those Oreos should be the normal stuff because normal stuff Oreos, there's nothing in them. But I am American, so that just might be us having way too much food.
I think Oreos are fine as it is. I mean, I personally don't really like the cream in them. I mean, I like the cream, but like not as much as double stuff. I think. And also.
Double stuff's my favorite.
Double stuff doesn't exist.
What?
Double stuff does not exist here where I live. So that's fun.
Oh, I thought you meant like the Mandela effect was like, double stuff, it's not a thing. And I'm like, excuse me? I purchased double stuff. What is this?
Oh man, you misunderstood that in the best way possible.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's insane.
I'm like,
but yeah,
is this the truth or am I being gaslit? Oh my gosh. What is this?
dear.
4D chess.
Breaking the fourth wall move. Let's
So yeah,
go.
what about double stuff?
In Indonesia, I know we're usually going out of the Indonesian versus America topic when in these special episodes, but double stuff,
Yeah.
mega stuff, does not exist where I live. And it's not in my local store. I've never seen. I've seen Oreos with all the different flavors, but I've never seen those stuff, and also I've never seen the mint flavor. It does not exist here as well. So that's bad, I think.
Yeah. Whenever I get Oreos, I get double stuff because I like the ratio of stuffing to the actual cookie. You know.
I see. Well, you've bought enough double stuffed Oreos. Do you know the spelling? Is it spelled stuff with double F or stuff with single F?
I feel like it's one F. I'm pretty sure it's one F.
Well,
is it one F?
You win this time. Oh, you're so lucky.
Yes!
You double stuffed
I know
lover.
Oreos.
I guess you do love Oreos, so you can take the win on this one.
Yes.
That's 3 points to 5 points from the Mandela. So, well,
I'm still losing.
Get ready for the next one.
Okay, let's go.
That's okay. You can catch up, or you can just lose. That's also fun for me, not for you. Here we go. Another one. Mona Lisa. Did she smile in an obvious way, or is it a more of a subtle smile?
It's a subtle smile. I know this one because there's like an argument on the internet whether or not she's smiling.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's kind of like barely a smile. It's like she knows something you didn't. It's like, oh,
I know your secrets.
That guy's painting me over there, but little does he know, I swapped all his paintbrushes.
Oh no!
And I covered the handles with honey.
Oh god!
So now he's gonna have dirty fingers. Ooh, I'm such a tricky little person.
And for being tricky, you actually won. That's well done from you.
Yes.
Nice. 4 points.
I know Oreos and the Mona Lisa. Boom, let's go.
Clearly, you are a pupil
5-4.
of the pupil of Leonardo da Vinci. So that's cool.
Of course. He ate Oreos, so obviously he's my homeboy.
I see. By the way,
no, I'm just kidding.
Let's go back to oldie cartoons. Do you know the Flintstones?
I am familiar with the Flintstones, but not like super familiar with them.
But you know of them, right?
I do know of the Flintstones.
Do you think the title, is it Flintstones or Flintstones?
It's Flintstones with a T, like the rock, like flint and stone.
You're lucky this time. Oh, no, it's even. Yes. I don't like this. I'm not sure I like this.
Do people think it's Flintstones?
Some people think it's Flintstones.
Okay. I mean, I get how the T can get lost in there, but...
Mm-hmm, with the pronunciation, right? So yeah, that it does make sense in a way.
Okay.
Anyway.
5-5. Let's go. That's 50%. That's still a failing grade.
Okay. The exchange in Star Wars. You know Star Wars, right?
Yes, I do know Star Wars.
Is the line, Luke, I am your father, or no, I am your father?
I feel like it's no, Luke, I am your father, but that's obviously not right.
You can't. Nah. Hold on a minute.
Because I just like think back to it, and it's like, no, Luke, I am your father. So, this is hard. Because
think hard this one. You may take
the one I thought it was both of them.
Oh yeah, I guess.
I'm gonna say no, I am your father.
Well, that line was never said. The line was, Luke, I am your father, if I'm understanding English here. You can look at the website. Do you think... I mean, it's vague. Looking. It's vague. As a... Like, they don't say what the clear answer is, but I think the bold one is the correct answer. But I may be wrong.
It's saying... Okay, this exchange is as iconic as the Star Wars movies themselves. However, it's another line that was never said.
Oh, wait, sorry. No, I am your father is the correct line then. Okay. I understood your sentence wrong.
Yeah.
So that means... Wait.
That means I'm right.
That means you're right. No. Oh, I got a false...
5.
I got a false winning attitude there. Oh, darn. You're lucky this time. Okay. Don't worry, though. I'm gonna find more.
54.5%. Oh, yes.
No. I gotta find more. Aha! In the fairy tale, since you talked about fairy tale before, in the fairy tale, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Okay.
Okay.
What did the Wicked Queen say for the magic mirror thing, the one that talks back? Is it mirror, mirror on the wall, or is it magic mirror on the wall?
My first thought when you said what does the witch say was mirror, mirror on the wall. But now that you mention it, I think it's magic mirror on the wall.
Which one's your final answer?
Ooh. Because everyone says mirror, mirror on the wall. So I'm going to guess magic mirror on the wall.
Darn. Why? Ooh, okay, you got that one right. But I think you're twisting and you're walking on thin ice for the rules here, my friend.
I'm using my big brain.
Well,
my massive double-stuffed brain.
You're going to have to try your best not to overthink your answer. Okay. Just say what you think it actually is.
Okay, I'll just say the first one that comes to my mind because I'm overthinking these.
Yeah, because once you overthink it, and then you're like, oh, wait a second. Oh, hold on a minute.
I'm like, hold on.
That's why. All right, that's fine.
Okay.
That's okay. We're going to try another one. Lord of the Rings.
Oh, I love Lord of the Rings.
Gandalf. Yep, remember Gandalf?
Yes. Yes, Gandalf the Grey.
Was the line "Fly, you fools," or is it "Run, you fools"?
It's "Fly, you fools."
Darn, you got this one correct as well. I should have given you a harder one.
I know Halo. I mean Halo.
I also know this one because I've watched Lord of the Rings and I know the meme
Lord of the Rings.
Fools. So.
I just said I know Halo instead of I know the Lord of the Rings. What is wrong with you?
Wait, you said hello? I did not hear that. That's funny.
It might have been because a Steam notification just popped up. I think one of my friends just started playing Halo. So that might be it.
Might be. Okay.
Okay. You can't trick me with Lord of the Rings.
I will trick you with geography. Ha ha!
Uh-oh.
So
I'm pretty good with geography.
The number of US states. How many is there would you think there are? A number. Just give me a number.
There are 50 US states. There are 50 U.S. states, but there are a few U.S. territories as well, like Guam, Puerto Rico, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and then there's Washington D.C., which isn't a state.
So,
and then Liberia was founded by the United States, I think.
Okay.
Fact check me on that, but
I think I made a mistake here for asking a U.S. citizen for this because the sentence clearly says it's for some foreigners alike. So
okay.
I think
can I look?
You can look. The answer is 50, but most people recall learning that there were 51 or 52. So I was hoping you would make a mistake of maybe it's 51 or something. But I
live there. I live in that one brown state on the little map there.
Yeah, I see. Beside the blue one, right?
Of course, 4 of them are that color, but whatever. I live in the cool one of those.
I see. Okay, the long one.
Okay.
You're winning, and I don't like this, so I'm going to look for harder
What's the score now? Wait. Is it 8-5?
I think so.
We'll just say it's 9-5. How about that?
No, we'll say 8-5. We'll say we'll keep it pretty equal. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Can't sneak a score past me.
61%. Oh.
Oh dear. Okay. Here we go. Neil Armstrong, the astronaut guy. Is he dead? And if he does, when do you think approximately he is, or he's died in? Or if not dead, then he's alive.
I don't think he's dead. I feel like I saw something recently on Reddit or something that was like Neil Armstrong on Twitter or something.
I see. Okay.
Of course, there's lots of stuff about the moon being fake.
I mean,
not the moon, not the moon, the moon landing.
I guess so.
I actually saw this thing. It was a really funny thing. So,
really?
Somebody had commented, tweeted something like, "Oh, the moon landing's fake," as us Americans are prone to do. At least the stupid half of us. We all know that. We all know at least one. And then Neil deGrasse Tyson, the scientist, responded. And he's like,
"Oh, big boy."
He's like, "Oh yeah, it's common knowledge that Neil Armstrong and the other guy, Buzz Aldrin, planned to fake the moon landing, but to make it way more authentic, to trick people, they asked NASA if they could film on location, and NASA agreed. So they went to the moon to fake the moon landing.
Well done. Well said.
So
but your answer is wrong! I win this time!
He's dead?
8-6.
No!
He actually died recently in 2012, of August of 2012.
Everyone's dying around 2012. What is this?
Yeah, I mean, there is the movie of the end of the world called 2012, so I guess,
That's a good movie. I mean, it's not very... It's pretty generic plot, but the visual effects are awesome.
I love that movie. As a kid, I hated that the fact I was nearing to 2012 at the time, and it was Christmas, and I was like, oh no, the world's gonna end. I actually I actually believed the movie was telling, like, okay, we're gonna end the world now, I guess.
A ton of people thought the world would end in 2012 because of Mayan calendars or something like that.
And because for most kids around my age at the time, because of the movie, because like my classroom was going wild and like, oh no, the world's gonna end.
Oh no, we're all gonna die.
Yeah.
You see, it was really, the Mayan calendar was not actually counting down to the end of the world, but it was counting down to the release of the Hobbit movies. Obviously, because those came out in 2012, I think.
Oh my gosh, of course, yes.
December 6th, 2012.
Mm-hmm. Well,
obviously.
Do you know of Billy Graham?
I don't think so.
Well, I'm going to look up because you can't, because later you'll know what the answer is.
That's
but
fine, because it will spoil it. Okay.
Yes, Billy Graham is an American evangelist, a Southern Baptist minister who became well known internationally. Okay, all right. You see what his deal is. Okay, he's been to many countries. And he was among the most influential Christian leaders. Okay, that's the brief biography of it. So, when did he die? Did he die recently or way back in the past?
Probably recently.
Tell me a year. How recent it is.
Okay, this is just a complete wild guess because I don't know who this is. So.
I'm going to give you a leisure if it's of 4 years from the actual date. I'm going to give you a win. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, 2012, because that's when everyone's dying in the Mandela effect thing, I guess.
Well, unfortunately for you, sir, he actually died pretty recently. It was in 2018, so that's more than 4 years since 2012. So I win.
No. 2012 plus 4 is 2018. No, don't fact check me. Just believe it.
No.
Mandela effect.
No.
You think it's supposed to be 2016?
No, hold on a minute. Oh dear. Anyways.
So what is that? 9 to 6?
What? No, 8 to 7. What do you mean?
8 to 7. Oh, I'm Mandela effect.
Stop twisting. That's kind of sus behavior right there,
I should probably start keeping track of this, though. 8 to 7.
7. Yep. Your score is 8.
Okay. I almost put 9 to 6 again.
My score is 8. Your score is 7. Yeah. That's how I remember it was.
No, it's my score is 8. Weirdo.
And my score is 7. Okay. All right. Anyways, that was... I know of Billy Graham, and I didn't know he actually died recently. So that was an interesting fact for me. Now, do you remember of Mother Teresa?
I am familiar with Mother Teresa.
Okay. Do you know when she was canonized as a saint?
That's a good question, but I feel like it was in the 1800s.
Really?
I'm going to say 1880. 1880.
1880.
Final answer. That decade, the 1880 to 1890. Somewhere in there.
Actually, it happened in 2016, so...
She's alive? I thought she was like really old.
No, she was really old, but she was canonized as a saint in 2016, not way back then.
Oh.
Yeah. And
I thought she was like way older than that.
And no, she is old. I believe is she dead yet? Mother Teresa.
I honestly thought she was dead.
Yeah, she is dead.
Mother
she
Teresa.
died in 1997. But she was made a saint after her death in 2016.
Oh, she wasn't even born until 1910.
Yeah. And you're like,
in Macedonia
1800s.
too.
That's definitely when it happened.
Okay.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I only guessed 30 years before she was born, so, you know.
But
it's
then again,
close enough.
most people remembered her entering sainthood in 1990. So you're a century back from what what most people get.
I wasn't alive in 19. I'm not doing good with these religious figures. Oh no.
That's worrying for you.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Okay, that's another one. It's 8-8.
Here we go. Hopefully I can get you I can get a win with this one and take the lead. Let's see.
No.
Space Shuttle Challenger explosion. This was an accident in the space shuttle, obviously. When do you think it happened? I'm going to give you a clue. It happened in the 1980 to 1990, but I'm not going to tell you which year it is now.
Yeah, I was going to say within that range because I do know people who have mentioned that they remember it happening at school. They're like, oh, our teacher was like, oh, let's watch the space shuttle launch. And then it starts exploding and they turn off the TV. They're like, oh, let's do something
go back
else.
To studying, I guess.
And the kids are like, no, it just got interesting, you know?
It just got interesting.
It's pretty tragic. Let's see.
Kids,
year. 1887.
Ta-da! Oh, sorry, I interrupted. I was about to give a dramatic. Anyway.
Is it 1887?
Oh, you were really close, but it was on 1986. But I'm going to give you a win on this one because it is pretty hard. Your chances of winning
I just said 1887. 19.
Haha! I win! I win!
No, I meant to say.
You guessed it wrong, my guy. 1887. Nah.
I meant to say 19. Oh, I just hit my mic. That's embarrassing.
How about
I meant
this?
to say 1987. That still counts, although it's still 1 year off. Although.
Does
1 year off count?
We'll make it at a draw. How about that?
Okay.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, yeah. Okay, from the range from 1980 to 1990. 1800s! Oh, gosh.
Okay, it's from 1 to 5. 7. It's 7, I swear.
Oh, dear. It's so funny.
That was chaotic.
That was chaotic, indeed. Let's see. Let's try another one.
Another one.
Do you know of... Let's see here.
The Muffin Man? The Muffin Man? The Muffin Man.
Hold on, I ran out of the list. Most of the stuff there I didn't know. Hold on.
Wow, 67% of our audience on the podcast is from Indonesia.
That's
and then 19% is from the United States.
That's because I keep like, hey, you there. Listen to this. Hey, nice to meet you. Listen to this. I keep doing that. I'm probably the annoying guy.
I would also advertise to people, but the only people I associate with are the students I substitute for, so I don't think that would be an appropriate teacher-student relationship. Me going like, hey, you should subscribe to my podcast. Anyways, here's a worksheet.
You should do that.
Okay.
You actually should do that. I think it would be kind of cool.
No.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll do fine. You can do it.
Okay, whoa. The age demographics, though. 19% are 28 to 34. 0% are 35 to 44. And then 44% are 45 to 59. So there's just a giant gap.
I think most of these people who at least registered their age might be lying about them. Because I don't think... I mean, it could happen, but I just don't think it... Yeah, you know what I mean.
Or maybe everyone from the age of 45 to 59 that's listening is just a really avid fan of Indonesia. And they're like, yo... Upside down Poland flag, let's go.
No.
Anyways,
Poland
Mandela
has the upside down Indonesian flag. Hold on a minute here.
Yeah, I knew that would trigger you.
Oh dear. Anyways, let's see. Do you know of Pocahontas, the animated movie?
Yes. It's not a great movie, but continue.
Okay, we'll keep that opinion aside. Anyway,
I think that movie is overrated. Colors of the Wind song is very good though.
Well, aside from Squidney's unpopular opinion, what do you remember what her eyebrows color was?
Brown or black, like her. I think it's the same as her hair color.
Her hair color was black, yeah.
Okay, so black then.
Well, that's incorrect. Her eyebrows were red. We all remember
now that I'm
Pocahontas.
looking at the picture, I'm like, obvious.
We all remember Pocahontas had an incredible black hair, and of course her eyebrows were also black, right? Well, think again. While you might remember her with dark eyebrows, she had, wait for it, red eyebrows.
Red eyebrows.
This article is well written. I love it.
Granted, I haven't seen Pocahontas in a long time.
But then again, it's okay.
8 to 9.
I will win this time. Okay, we'll do the last two to either break the tie or absolutely destroy me. Here we go.
Or you to absolutely destroy me. If I get both these wrong, then you guys can roast me in the comments or wherever you guys are watching. There is comments where you guys are watching.
Here we go.
Okay.
What's the slogan of NMMs? English. What's the slogan for M&M's? Was it melts in your mouth, not in your hand? Or is it the milk chocolate melts in your mouth, not in your hand? Spontaneously, come on. What's your answer?
The milk chocolate melts in your mouth and not in your hand.
Darn! Oh, okay. Yes. Oh, no. You got one correct. That's not good. Okay.
When you said M&M slogan, my brain just went blank. I'm like, I have no idea what the M&M slogan is. Oh, no. I almost said life. I'm loving it.
Well, that's okay. But
it's down to a tie.
Here's another one.
99.
Shaggy's.
They're neck to neck as they reach the finish line.
Adam's apple.
Sorry, what? Shaggy's Adam apple? You mean from like Scooby-Doo?
Yep. So
what about it?
Does he have an Adam's apple?
Oh no.
Spontaneous answer. Come on. Answer. Just answer.
Yes, he does.
Yes. Well, you're incorrect.
No.
I win. Roast Squid in the comments, everybody. Go down there. Say he's a
I'm googling
bad
that.
guesser.
Shaggy Adam's apple. Oh, there's so many pictures.
Shaggy doesn't have an Adam's apple, actually.
No.
Oh, that's so funny.
No.
Ha-ha! I win. Ha-ha! Oh man, I love it. Okay, well,
yeah.
I think that's about it for this episode, and I win. So, guys, remember, go. It will make
subscribe. Me feel better.
Leave a like if you're on Google Podcasts or Spotify. Hit a follow, and well, it will make Squid Name feel better. But also roast it in the comments. Just say bad things about him, but then put a JK at the end or something, so he doesn't feel too bad.
L plus ratio, lol, you loser. Just kidding. Just joking. Still. No, just kidding.
I disregard everything I said before this line. Oh dear.
Plus, everyone thinks they're subscribed, but they're actually not. No, what's up with that?
Oh no!
Thank you, listeners, for dropping by to listen to Crossing Borders. This has been Squidney and Josh. Don't forget to grab your passports on your way out, and we hope to see you next time. Bye!
Bye! This has been a fun one, let's be honest here. I really enjoyed absolutely destroying you. I mean, I did lose a couple of times, but
yeah.
good.